Hello, friends. Craig Ballard, Locked On Blue Jays. Locked On Blue Jays, of course, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And a quick reminder that all Toronto Blue Jay action this season is available on SiriusXM. And I'm so excited to bring you today's episode as it's footage from the interview and the fun I had on Sunday night as I co-hosted a Blue Jay fan event. It was epic. And two of the guests there were Jay Jackson and Davis Schneider. And today is that footage. Plus, tomorrow, I'll show you the rest of the great Blue Jay conversations as our other guests were Johnny from Gate 14, Blake Murphy from Jays Talk Plus, Julia from MLB.com, and Baseball Jen. Let's get into the fun we had with Jay Jackson and Davis Schneider.
You are Locked On Blue Jays, your daily Toronto Blue Jays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
From the Toronto Blue Jays, welcome to the stage, Jay Jackson and Davis Schneider! There we go. Go ahead and...
What did you gentlemen get up to this weekend? Anything fun?
A lot of sleep. That's all.
A lot of sleep or a lot of sweep?
Oh, he went there.
There it is. I did absolutely nothing. I was just getting back in from Salt Lake, so I just slept.
David, okay, Jay actually slept. Okay, okay.
How's everything in Salt Lake?
It's good. Everything's good so far.
Okay.
We're on the up and up. Everything's trending in the right direction still. He's actually in a crib right now, so
beautiful.
We're in the right direction.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Love it. Love it. All right, gentlemen. So we did just give a shirt away here. So I think now's as good a time as ever.
Sure, we'll continue with some giveaways here. Now, first, Jay, let's just start with you not real quick here, but let's start with you because a lot of Blue Jay fans here. You're so loved. This is being taped right now, so this will be on the Walk Off podcast. This will be on the Locked On Blue Jay podcast. My point being, you're speaking to a lot of Blue Jay fans right now.
Yes.
And Scott and I were talking earlier, and we're saying, listen, if Jay just turns behind him, he's going to see all the Blue. I mean, this is a country and a fan base that is behind this guy right here, right, and his family. Am I right? Yeah.
100%.
So Jay wanted to give you the opportunity to speak to these people here.
I just want to say thank you guys so very much. It means so much to me and Sam and our families how much you guys have supported us and brought so much energy to help JR and us through this whole situation. So we really do appreciate it. It has helped us so very much. So again, thank you guys for letting me be a voice to tell the fans thank you. But again, thank you guys for everything you've done for me and the family so far. So thank you from our family to all the Blue Jays family and nation out there.
Mike Wilner even loves these guys, so that tells you how much how much there's love in the fan base right there. I know. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, poor Mike. Yeah, sorry.
Should we?
Yeah. Do we want to do the? Oh, you know what?
Yeah. Let's give them theirs.
We'll do the trivia questions in a second here. So Scott and I got together here, so we wanted to have something to thank you gentlemen for joining us. Now, let's start because we just had such good news about JR. So I want to show real quick that I hope Jay likes my new shirt.
I love it. I love this shirt. That's the best shirt ever.
But what Scott and I really hope is that, in fact, JR enjoys his new shirt.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna bring it to him. That's awesome.
So the big guy's going to grow wonderfully into that. We're going to see a picture one day, and it's going to make our day, Jay. We're so happy for you.
Now, speaking of shirts, we know that your boys from Buffalo are sporting a Davis Schneider shirt, and so we figured it would only be appropriate for you to do the same.
Well, now, Davis, we come to find out that there's more to that story, right? It was everyone see yesterday the picture of Clement and Horwitz wearing that incredible shirt of the Major League Baseball logo with the Major League Baseball colors out, the Blue Jay colors in, and the batter facing sideways. Now has a brilliant stash and has the goggles on as well.
Some of us recognized him.
Yeah, just like our man here. But Davis, come to find out, it's actually much bigger than that. What's the story behind that shirt? Who made that, and what's behind that?
No, so my sister just made it, and so she just wanted to make it for my people back home, all my family and friends, and then Spencer bought a couple from her and then just gave one to Ernie, and then they just wore it out in practice one day, and then it got all on social media. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So cool. Yeah. Now, our guess is that Spencer and Ernie, with that picture, that they think they did something clever and funny there. And to be honest, they did fine. But we're going to ask them to hold off on putting that in their win column because, Davis, what's going to happen tomorrow when you walk in with this?
It's a shirt and a shirt.
That's awesome.
good.
You have to, yeah.
They're going to love it when I walk in tomorrow.
They thought they had the last laugh. Here comes Davis Schneider with that mustache. Now, Davis, are you in? Is this mustache? Because I have to think, even if you didn't like it, I mean, too bad. It's here to stay. No, I mean, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about shaving it, but then
No,
everyone
you were
was
not.
Wait,
I was.
do you want to tell them when you shaved
I
it
mean,
though?
I get noticed out on the streets, and I'm a very low-key guy, and it's cool, but I wanted to shave it just to make sure.
You have to ask him what happened when he did shave it in Buffalo.
You did shave it one
What
time
did
in
I
Buffalo.
tell you when you shaved it?
Because your Vancouver Canadians picture is clean, is almost clean shaven.
Yeah, that was back in
practically.
19. I was
Yeah.
20 at the time,
Okay.
so couldn't really grow facial hair at the time.
So Jay's giving us an inside scoop that you actually did shave that mustache in Buffalo. Then what's this about?
well, then he told me, he was like, if you grow it back, you're gonna get called up this year.
Oh no way! No way! There you go! There you go! There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah. So technically, Jay called it, but
There you go. There you go. That's funny. Atkins is on line one with Buffalo. He did what? Okay, no, never mind that. How about Horowitz? Can Horowitz? Okay, bring up Horowitz then. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Davis, I got a question for you about the Colorado series. Last game of the Colorado series, you hit the double to drive in Vladdy. You're at second base, and then Angel Hernandez leans in, and he starts saying something in your ear. Can you share that conversation?
we were talking like the whole series, besides when he was behind home plate.
Guys,
But
yeah.
we were just talking shop, talking about baseball. Nothing anything crazy. He was just making a joke. I forget what he said, but he was just making conversation. He was a nice guy, bad umpire, but nice guy.
Now, let's talk. I would love to hear because that's from a hitter's perspective, bad umpire. What about from a pitcher's perspective, Jay? Is that the same feeling that the pitchers have for this massively bigger than life strike zone?
I'm not going to comment on it.
No comment. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Okay. Okay.
Jay wants
it
those
hasn't-
strikes
it has-
still coming.
It hasn't been great for me when I've had him back there. So
I hope you're liking this conversation with Jay Jackson and David Schneider. Lots more coming. And I wanted to mention that the MLB playoff push is here and the actual MLB playoffs right around the corner, which means that the clock is ticking on your chance to win 100 times your cash on daily fantasy baseball. Is your fantasy baseball team struggling? Season perhaps even over? Well, fantasy baseball has never been more exciting than it is now, especially daily fantasy baseball with studs like Acuna, Betts, Ohtani, etc., right? Pick more or less on the stats for these stars like home runs, hits, strikeouts, and more, and you can win up to 100 times your payout on Sleeper. Yes, indeed, Sleeper for your daily fantasy baseball. You get your picks right, and you could win big. The Sleeper app has a group and a team chat function, so you can copy and paste your team's picks easily, and entries can be made in under a minute. Very easy to use. Use the promo code LOCKEDON. You'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Now, terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Check out Sleeper for your daily fantasy baseball today. Some trivia with the boys?
Yeah, let's do some trivia with the boys.
So the way we're going to do this trivia, we've got a couple of fun questions. We've got a couple for each. So for David Schneider, of course, his questions are Toronto Blue Jays facial hair themed. And for Jay Jackson, JJ, it's of the same initials themes. So we're going to ask them the questions. They're going to be able to phone a friend. So Scott, the shirts we just gave away, the Scott giveaway from the walk-off, if they get the answer right, whoever Scott's out there with, you're going to get that shirt as well. So we'll have some fun with this here. So we'll start with... Let's start with Jay. So Jay, let's play a quick Who Am I here. So Scott, who's the audience contestant here?
Well, let's go with you right in front of me. That's literally the easiest thing I could possibly do here.
There you go. Who do we have here?
Whoa.
No.
Wow.
No.
This is your call a friend here.
Okay, no, we're fine. I trust that you're going to have the answer.
Oh, that is right. Yes.
There you go. See, got
You
it.
know
There it
him.
is. See, there we go. There we go.
We've met a couple
Yeah,
times.
see, there we go.
There you go.
It's a team.
All right.
Hey, so I already trust her.
They're a
And what
team,
is your
yeah.
name? Cheryl.
Cheryl's awesome. Cheryl's gonna get this. We're good.
Yeah.
Good luck
Cheryl.
to you, Cheryl.
Cheryl, you got his back here.
So Jay, we're gonna we're gonna ask Jay the question. If he needs help, though, you're right there. You're in the on deck circle. You're in the on deck circle. So Jay, the first question for you is who am I? So who am I? I was insanely enough, somehow I was a throw-in that the Cincinnati Reds insisted the Blue Jays take as part of the trade that brought future Hall of Famer Scott Rowland to the Blue Jays back in 2009. Yeah, somehow I was a throw-in. And I would be a Blue Jay through 2016. And as a Blue Jay, from 2009 to 2016, I would hit 239 home runs with an 878 OPS. Remember, same initials. So this person has the same initials, first name and last name. Who is this Toronto Blue Jay?
You got to get this. I already know.
Do you understand how many
Pressure
teams I've
on.
been with?
That's
Do you
true.
know how much history I'm supposed to know with how many teams I've been with?
true.
So
Well, okay, yes, true,
So,
yes. Now, this is not an obscure
Cheryl's
Blue
giving
Jay,
a
though.
hint here.
Good hint.
wait, he was just here, wasn't he?
Yes, he was just here. Yes, he was just here.
But he has the same initials.
You got it.
Not
yeah,
as you.
You're thinking of it.
But
No,
his initials are the same letters.
I know it's one. I know. I just remember from the chicken wing. That's it. I don't remember.
parrot, yeah.
I don't remember any other thing besides the chicken wing because, like she said,
Who was it?
Cheryl, help him out.
Who was it? It's it's Edwin and Carson.
Boom,
There we
boom,
go.
boom,
It had to
boom,
be like
boom, boom.
There we go.
Well
Same
done.
initials, so that's my.
Well done.
So Cheryl, that's good news for you.
Yes.
I was like,
There you
now
go.
that I
Again,
see that
you can
same
just
initial,
get
like
your
EE,
signs
not
after the
JJ. I thought it
show.
was my
Yes.
thing.
No, I know. That was my bad. Sorry. My favorite part of that is just Davis whispering, "Oh, you better get this." He didn't even take the mic away. You know, friend to friend. He let us all know, "Hey, you better get this." Okay. Now the pressure's on Davis, though, Jay. Right? Shoe on the other foot here. So, Davis, what legendary Toronto Blue Jay pitcher who was always handsomely mustachioed pitched the only no-hitter in Toronto Blue Jay franchise history on September 2nd, 1990? Who's got the only no-hitter in Blue Jay history?
I have no idea.
It is
Who's he
before
playing
his
with?
time.
Who's he playing with here?
It is before his time. Let's go over to this here. Sir in the Blue Jays
Oh,
hat
yeah,
and the Blue
looking
Jays
good.
jersey. Can you help him out?
Boom, Dave Steve.
Dave
yes,
Steve. There we
yes,
go.
Yes.
So, my man, you're just going to come see us after the show and you can pick out a shirt. All right, there we go.
Definite shout out to Dave Steve.
I'm not a pitcher, so I mean.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
True,
My
true,
excuse.
true, true.
That was such a Jay question. You
Oh,
really
sorry, I'm
screwed
sorry.
this up, Craig.
Well, who's Jay's partner? Who's Jay's partner for this next one?
Let's do the elementary school fail-safe test here of raise your hand. Who wants to be Jay's partner here? Okay, in the back. Let's do that. All right?
Well, if you can see someone there, you're better than me, Scotty. Okay. So, question. So, again, same initials. What former independent league outfielder platooned with Justin Smoke and played some outfield while hitting fifth behind the aforementioned Edward Encarnacion for the 2015 Toronto Blue Jays, where he hit 321, 15 home runs, 886 OPS. Now, very unfortunately, the next season he was kicked out of the league for steroids. Who was that Toronto Blue Jay? Oh, Davis is nodding. Davis thinks he knows.
He's a hitter. He's giving me all
I
the
know hitters. I don't know pitchers.
He's giving me all the hitters.
Does our phone a friend know? Well done. Well done.
That is Chris Colabello.
Chris
Buddy,
Colabello.
come see us after the show.
Okay.
Get yourself
Well
a
done.
shirt.
Actually, I faced Chris a few times.
Oh, really?
Oh,
is that
did
right?
ya?
Oh, is that right?
I played against him in the Winter League in Mexico. a
Oh,
few
wow.
times, yeah.
And do you remember how those at-bats went? Advantage Jay?
Probably.
Okay, okay, okay.
Probably.
Okay.
We're gonna say probably. We're gonna say probably.
And our last fun little trivia question here, Davis Schneider, having to do with facial hair. Davis, back in July of 2019, what current Toronto Blue Jay teammate of yours shaved off his mustache mid-game to try to turn around his fortunes because he was slumping?
Is he a pitcher?
He is not. He did it between at-bats, between his own at-bats. He's currently wearing something that none of us want him to be wearing, if you know what I mean by that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Do we have, okay.
Danny Jansen.
Jansen.
Danny Jansen.
Mid-game, Shaved it off.
I do remember that actually. Now that you say it, I do
There you go.
remember that.
I think, wasn't it Pat Tabler? It was the announcer that's just like, oh, wait a second. The other announcer was mid-sentence. He's like, give me a second here. Wait a minute. Am I seeing this here? Am I seeing this? And he shaved, yeah. But now, of course, how many of you remember, that's not the craziest thing a Blue Jay ever did to turn around his fortunes. How many of you remember 1986, Damaso Garcia setting his uniform on fire in the shower? That was the 10th year anniversary as well. So remember, it had the picture was iconic. It had the 10th year patch on there, the 10th year patch on the hat, in the wash, set on fire. The Toronto Blue Jay management was none too impressed. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. You know what's so funny? For Damo, it did. He hit 300 the rest of the season. Now, the 86 Blue Jays, different story. And, of course, the 86 Blue Jays leads us to 87. And if you know the 87 Blue Jays, you know we need to stop this story right now. Right now. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
Okay. Can all of you who received T-shirts give it up for Jay and Davis here,
Yes.
helping you out, winning you some stuff. Okay, Jay, I do have a question for you about Oakland because that bullpen, like how focused do you have to be? Because there's some hot shots hit that way sometimes. Is it weird just being out on the side there?
I mean, that's kind of what we came up doing. So you're kind of used to it, but it's a different level when you have to be like seated under the little thing. And so you're trying to move and you only have so much space. So like if a ball comes at you, you could see it when Cabby and a couple other guys, when we got a hot shot down there, like you can only move towards each other. So if the ball's at you, you're either getting out of the way and on somebody else or it's hitting all of us.
Right.
So it's like bowling pins.
So who do you sacrifice, Jay?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd probably sacrifice myself.
No.
Probably-
Yeah,
I'd
there you go.
probably go me
No,
first.
yeah,
I'd
no.
probably go me
Yeah.
first.
Jay, keep it in that bullpen and tell us what's something when you're out there clowning around with the guys that as soon as one of these guys brings up a topic, you're leaning, oh boy, this is about to be good.
Just old stories that we have from like other bullpens that we like been in and stuff like that, or like guys we faced, or just because like we have the media guide for each team, so we can find random facts about guys. So somebody's like, oh, played against this guy, like, oh, he did this in high school, like, because it has every team's media guide that we play. So it's just like guys telling random stories, and so normally it's either Tim or Swanee that like they'll have a good story and you'll be like, all right, like what's going on? Like, like, it's always pretty good. So I mean, just random stuff. It's always just random. Everything we do in the bullpen is random. It's random.
Okay. All right.
Davis, when you got called up, you were ahead of the other Buffalo boys. What is it like being on a team right now where you look to your right and there's Ernie Clement, and then you've got Spencer Horowitz right there with you? These are two guys that, I mean, this season in particular, but I mean, Horowitz, you boys have been buds for years, correct?
Yeah, I mean, having him come up when he did was like pretty big. Obviously, I was very comfortable when I first got here, and like the guys made me feel at home as soon as I got here. I mean, Kiermaier, Witt, everyone, you know, so they were really good to me. But I mean, having a guy you already know with Ernie and Spence kind of helps a lot too.
We were talking about this before you guys showed up here. Cole Reagan just had a ridiculous scenario happen with 3 wild pitches, slipping off the mound. Have either of you seen anything quite like that?
Not live. Obviously, the whole Rick Ankiel thing happened a couple
Yeah.
Wow,
years
that was
ago.
the example
That
we
was the
used.
only,
Wow.
yeah.
But I mean, obviously, that wasn't to that extent, but luckily he got out of there before. He might have been fine. He might have just been slipping on the mound or anything like that, but I mean, I never really seen it live, in my opinion. But
Well, Davis, even the Rick Ankiel, we were talking about that earlier. It's funny you said that, and we mentioned that, you know what, with Rick Ankiel, there was a stretch of time there where you knew that was on the table, that sort of pitch might be coming. For Rick, this guy was absolutely dealing, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Like, just insane to see. Jay, we're thrilled it happened. No offense to fellow pitchers. We're thrilled it happened, right? But as a fellow pitcher, are you sitting there saying, boy, I'll just be honest, you know what, I do feel a little bit for him in that spot. Or, hey, forget it. He was on Kansas City today. Who cares? Who cares?
No, 100% you feel for him because like it's just like it can just happen like that from time to time. And you look at it, it seemed like he like slipped on the mound, like his cleat caught like a couple times, which I mean, that's just your mechanics, and you just have to make an adjustment, hopefully, so he fixes that. But like David said, at least he got out of there because hopefully it doesn't like turn into something where it's like a snowball effect where he stops throwing strikes because he is really good. So you want to hope the best for him, and just, you know, he was obviously pissed off at himself, so I'm figure that he'll be fine.
Okay, he'll be fine. Let him. You know what? Kansas City, I actually think, is on Seattle's schedule. If anyone can confirm, so we hope he does get fine actually sooner rather than later. Davis, who's the toughest pitcher? And it may not be, you know, the traditional toughest pitcher, but just somebody whose stuff, you know, for your skills was needed some adjustments, was difficult for you. Who have you seen at the big league level where you just went back to the batter's box thinking, wow?
Yeah, Gregory Soto on the Phillies.
Wow.
I got pinch. I was in there for the pinch hit, and he threw me 4 pitches, and I struck out on 3 of them. 3 sliders and a 100-mile-an-hour fastball up and away. And so, I mean, going into that, it's not like you don't have a chance, but I mean, it's a very slim chance. When you're
And that's a lefty, right? So
Yeah,
you're probably
lefty,
feeling
yeah.
good going up there, and then all of a sudden, whoa.
This guy throws 100 with pretty good breaking stuff. So I don't
not
feel,
that good.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't feel good going up there. But he was definitely just a really good pitcher. I mean, he knows what he wants to throw. I mean, you have Realmuto back there too, calling a good game. So when you have a good catcher
Nice.
and a pitcher on the same page, then it doesn't matter who's kind of on the mound. They're going to be good.
More with Jay Jackson and David Schneider in just a moment. I did want to mention that buying tickets to your favorite events shouldn't be stressful. Now, Game Time, you know I'm a fan of the Game Time app. I've used it a few times. Everydayers will know that for Blue Jay tickets for me this season. And it's the fast and easy way for tickets for all the sports, the music, the comedy, and the theater, you name it, near you. Killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee. You can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll have. And the Game Time guarantee means you're always going to get the best price, because if you find tickets in the same section and roll for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. It's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Get images of the seats before you buy so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Buy the tickets in a matter of seconds. It's 2 taps and you're all set. And tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB. That's going to get you $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Now, again, create an account and redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Jay, what's your approach if Davis Schneider was walking in the batter's box against you?
I would strike out for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He would throw me 3 straight sliders, and then I would whiff at all of them. I would take the last one, and then.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on how
You're not
I feel
gonna
that day.
No,
you're not gonna give
it
your
away,
secrets
yeah.
away.
No, I mean, he's gonna for sure see sliders, but it
Yeah.
just been like if I'm feeling good that day. I mean, just depends. Like it's day by day. I try to honestly take every day that I go out there and just what I feel like I have a best chance at. Like I said before, like what I feel good with that day, I try to use that more effectively than just going off of what the pitch recs are every day, because I try to realize what guys' swings are and how they've seen and how I've pitched them before. Like, you know, you can't pitch the same guy the same way 30 times. You're going to get hurt at some point. So
Did you all get to stay up for that Dodgers game where Jay turned the season around in that 9th and 10th? And you remember that game? Yeah? Remember that? Yeah.
I was there.
Did you know that? By the way.
I was
by the
at
way,
that game.
yes,
It
and
was
this
awesome.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, out of curiosity, do either you boys play Immaculate Grid?
I don't, but Spencer does. And
Spencer does,
he
eh?
helps.
Was that I don't
I
know.
help him sometimes. 'Cause I do know a lot of baseball history when it comes to hitters. So
When it comes to
Not
hitters,
pitchers.
very important.
Well, that was one of the questions we had for you, actually, Davis. It's funny you say that. We would love to know who's an I mean, the deeper the cut, the better, but who's a Toronto Blue Jay that you grew up definitely knowing about and maybe even saying, you know what, I like the cut of this guy's jib here?
I mean, Roy Halladay. I mean, he played for the Phillies.
Oh, what
too,
an answer.
so-
Not even a hitter. Not even a hitter.
not
Just
even a
when you
hitter, but
least expected.
I mean, he played for Philly, and so growing up watching him was, a big deal because he was the best pitcher for many years, even on the Blue Jays when he was here. And so, I mean, he was just a good guy to look up to, and and he was a really great baseball player as well.
Yeah, he was okay. Roy Halladay was okay, no? That was decent, yes? Oh, my God. You know what's so incredible is, I mean, how would you ever guess this if you didn't know? But Roy Halladay, I don't remember the year, but he had a single-season ERA of 10.64. It's the highest single-season ERA in baseball history. Like, isn't that incredible that Roy Halladay has that? But then he went back down. Who was it? Al Widmar and the old pitching coaches, they revamped everything. Now he couldn't throw a ball straight if he needed to throw a ball. Like, when he came back, he was just unbelievable. And we were talking earlier about what a workhorse the starters have been for the Blue Jays this season. I mean, I just described reality. Workhorse,
Yeah.
I just described reality. Yeah. Jay, how about for you? Who's the one of the toughest hitters? Yes, but you've been in a lot of different ballparks as well. So I'm really interested to know what ballparks when you're going, you're just like, oh, is it really on our schedule? Okay, well,
Colorado.
okay. Colorado, yeah. So explain it then, because we hear it anecdotally all the time. Blake Murphy was saying earlier that the book on Colorado is you can't throw your curveball there. It's literally the altitude, yes, but what does it do to you mentally? What does it do to you physically that presents the problem?
Well, I mean, for a lot of guys, the altitude kind of gets to them, like physically especially. But I mean, I'm in Utah a lot right now, so I mean, I'm okay with altitude. But just with your stuff, with your sliders, curveballs, fastball, they don't move as much. They still move, but not as much. So as a hitter, if your ball's not moving as much, it's staying a lot flatter. You hit it a lot further, especially if the air's thinner too. So all the combination of things of it being not a great place for pitchers to be is what it is.
So if
Do
Colorado,
you know any, do you have any pals or friends that are pitching in Colorado or have? And
Yes. They're not doing great.
No.
None of them have ever really done great. The only one that I've had that's been pretty good is Daniel Bard.
Right.
And then you've seen Bard, he's had an up and down season this year, but the last couple years he's been dominant, and then this year happened. So hopefully he figures it back out. But other than that, I mean, I don't see a lot of guys that have a lot of success there.
Now, why is that Bard? I can imagine is it because he's going to feature his fastball and that plays still in Colorado? Is that why he has success there?
I mean, yeah, he's a guy that throws 100 with a slider.
Yeah, is that good?
so
Why is that good? Oh my gosh.
a 100-mile-per-hour singer with a slider.
You know what?
Take it.
I would
Like
love
you
to
said,
ask-
it's hard to hit though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even if you throw 95 plus, I mean, it's hard to time up no matter who's on the mound. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
hitting's
period,
lucky.
right? Yeah.
You know, hitting's all about luck. I mean, you can get a bloop single, or you can line out the shortstop on a good swing. Baseball's all luck, in my opinion. Obviously, not luck, but obviously there's work and preparation in there. But I mean, you can do everything in the world and be 100% locked in, and you know the pitcher's going to beat you that day.
Well, I will forever remember watching the documentary called Fastball, and there was a scene where they asked Derek Jeter what the difference between 92 and 99 is, and he just burst out laughing and went, 400 feet?
Jeez.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, 92 now. I mean, a lot of people throw 92. It's just the way people are evolving, but you know, there's a lot of guys who are throwing 95 now. Like it's just
Sure, we all throw 92.
It's
Everyone's throwing 92.
It's just going to keep going up and up each year. I mean, even the starter today, he was throwing 99 miles per hour. You don't really see that back in the day, starters throwing that hard. I mean, but people are just getting better.
When you're facing a guy with high velocity, what is your plan of attack? Are you still hunting fastballs?
Yeah, I mean, you got to. I mean, because anything after that, off speed or anything, you just got to be ready for the fastball because that's their best pitch, and you don't want to be beaten by their best pitch.
You know, I had the pleasure. Jay Jackson's actually the only two-time guest on the Locked On Blue Jay podcast. My man right here, Davis Schneider, currently sitting at 0, but that's okay. Okay, that's okay. No, it's okay. I'm just
It's
glad
fine.
he's here.
He's at 3 on the walk-off, and that's
Wow.
all we really are. Yeah.
But Jay, one of the things I love that we did, I think it was the last time you were on, is we built the perfect Toronto Blue Jay reliever. And we said, you know, if you're 2 pitches is definitely good for a reliever. 3 is beautiful. We reluctantly had Jay, you know how modest he is, but I forced, no, your slider's in there. We had Trevor Richards' changeup. I had Romano's fastball. You had Nate Pearson's fastball. What I'm wondering, Jay, because since that time, do we have to amend this? Because since that time, Jordan Hicks has walked in the
I
door.
was about to
since
say
that
you got
time.
to take Hicks sinker.
What Mac?
100%. You got to
You're
take.
sitting here watching him warm up. I mean, this guy is electric.
No, 100%. You got to take Hicks sinker for sure as a fastball. Like take Hicks sinker. I'll take Nate's 4-seamer, my slider, and Trevor's changeup.
Nighty night.
I'd say it'd be the perfect reliever for any situation.
Oh my gosh.
Davis, do you have a memory of the fastest pitch you've ever faced? Like, have you ever been out there and seen like 103 go up, and even you were like, "Holy shit"?
Kinda. I mean, there's some times where 97 feels like 92, and where or 92 feels like 100. So it's really depending on the day. It's just the way baseball works and how your body feels that day and kind of what you're looking for. But sometimes the faster the pitch doesn't always mean like you're not ready for it. Like I said, 97 might feel like 92. And the guy today, he was 99, but it didn't feel as hard as it looked when it went on the scoreboard.
So if there is less spin, is it just is it easier? It's obviously not easy, but is it easier to pick up 102 if there just isn't a lot of movement?
Yeah, I mean that's like the whole point. If you ever see a guy who has good spin, that's why a lot of teams like guys with good spin because it plays up a little bit more. 93 looks like 96, so like spin is very important when it comes to like pitching and kind of getting your fastball off to the hitters.
The best quote I've... Oh, sorry.
I was about to say I wouldn't know. I don't spin the ball well. So
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, your slider doesn't move that
slider,
much, Jay.
yeah, I'll say my slider spins, but like fastball spin rate is awful. So
But you're running your fastball up there in the mid-90s. So it's no slouch up there. Well, Davis just told us everybody runs it up in the mid there, so I guess...
everybody
so,
does
I don't
now.
know, but,
Everybody does now.
That's a wrap for Monday's Locked On Blue Jays podcast episode. Hope you enjoyed that with Jay Jackson and Davis Schneider. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for even more footage from this great event as we have even more Blue Jay conversation with Johnny from Gate 14, Blake Murphy from Sportsnet, Julia from MLB.com, and Baseball Gen. Go Jays go, and we'll talk tomorrow.